Hello, YouTube. All right, so let me give you some backstory here. 2019, not too long ago, crawling out of a cardboard box, 8 months pregnant, after I was abandoned out on the street by my trafficker. It was one of the roughest, it was not one, it was the roughest period of my life. Like nothing could have prepared me for what I went through with this man. Right? If you're out there, that boyfriend pimping, up and down, it just about ruined me. But again, he threw me out on the street, didn't come back that time. I got help. I went to a maternity home here in Sacramento. And I connected to every service that they had to offer. Started therapy. I did a lot of healing. I started moving in a different direction. It took some time. I'm still healing today. But I finally made, the decisions of cutting him out of my life and that of my sons, and reconnected with my family. We all live together now and went on an entrepreneurial journey. First, it was for a for-profit opportunity that I came across where the chamber was, it's called the CORE program. Applied, I was approved. Didn't know anything about running a business, so I quickly started looking for mentorship. Found a mentor, took a couple of her little workshops, donated plasma to do it, right? Used one of the last stimulus checks to pay for one of them. Best money I've ever spent, because it changed my life. I went in a different direction. It's like I didn't know these things were even there and available. And I know that this was my calling my whole life. This is why I've always knew I was meant for something more, but didn't know, I just couldn't see it. I knew there was more, but I couldn't see it or how to even think of going towards it. That's kind of how I even went down that rabbit hole with him, is I was in a kind of a state like that. Very depressed. Very bad time in my life. And now it's just like door after door. Anyways, I went on the for-profit road with the cannabis possibility, but I couldn't find my niche. It just wasn't connecting. I was like, I know that it was a lucrative possibility, like cannabis, right now in California, okay, people are buying, it's a product that sells, right? I could use this to lift up my family out of poverty. But my biggest thing was being able to help out women who, were still suffering out there, as I once was. So finally, I just started moving forward with starting a program for women. Then helped a woman, and there were some things that didn't happen, pivoted, and really focused into where the gap was, what was needed. And that was immediate shelter for somebody who's trying to escape or leave the viciousness, the evilness, the horrificness, is that even a word? Of being trafficked for sex. Right? And when somebody's trying to leave, there's that moment, when you're trying to, most of us have tried, you want to change, right? There's a moment that you want to change. Imagine being completely traumatized and in this foggy state of reality every day. And at one point, being clear enough And also having the ability, maybe there's a moment you could break free from your guy and try and get help. But if you can't connect to services or are treated a certain way, then, I mean, your options are very limited, right? So we will provide Connect to Change. We'll provide immediate safety and shelter through one of our hotel partnerships. And then we will work closely with community partners to place these women in either, a sheltered transitional living, a program of sorts, whatever's going to fit their needs. And then we'll continue to support them as best we can and help them navigate towards finding permanent solutions like housing and employment, things like that. It's been a journey. So, think it's 2023? Yes. It's 2019. So there's been a lot of change and growth, and there's been a lot that I have had to learn. And there is a lot that I'm learning. I'm learning today, this week. October 2022, I finally filed the articles of incorporation. We had a board. We have a board of advisors. We've had 3 board meetings now. And so it's a thing, right? But now it's also a thing where I need to find $10,000 in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. I got to figure out how to go to different places and different local businesses and just get people to support. And it's like that, those Believe in Me startup funds. It's like, talk about feeling uncomfortable going to places. So would you like to support us? But you know what my life coach said? And it's so true. She said, you got to get out of your head because it's not about you. It's about them. And I was like, you're so right. She was so right. It's like when you're doing something for somebody else, it's like all of a sudden that's not going to happen. When you take yourself out of the equation, and I think a part of feeling so uncomfortable is I'm not enough. People aren't going to want to give. What if I say something wrong? It's going to ruin everything. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to say whatever I have to say, and I'm going to be as persistent and pushy, not too pushy, like in a nice way though, persistently, so that people will donate for this cause. So, it's hustle time. Anyways, the story still evolves. So, I'm still not super successful. I will say I've come a far way. Like I said, 2019 to now. So I'm now the executive director, the founder of Connect to Change. And then I've also recently, from the beginning, I kind of started recording, kind of things were evolving with Connect to Change, right? And it was like, follow my journey, follow Connect to Change. But then there came a time that I was like, well, I really should separate the business from me. And there's more that I want than just, nobody starts a nonprofit to become wealthy, right? But I want to be wealthy. I've lived all steps of life from, never having enough to kind of comfortable to crawling out of a cardboard box, pregnant. So I don't mind living a penny to penny a little bit longer so that I can make that big leap. Not just that leap where you're still in survival. Now you're really locked into it. I want to do what I love. And what I do love is giving presentations and talking and motivating, really connecting people with other people, and becoming a marker of change. That's amazing. And to be known around the world, your name's spoken even once you're gone. I do have some ambitions. So I was like, okay, so now what do I do? So I have the social media was all kind of blended up together. So I just, like, literally in the last 24 hours, finally separated. So for Connect to Change, they're going to have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's it. Right? And it should be pretty much streamlined. I'm taking away the TikTok and the YouTube because that already has like a lot of my personal journey stuff. So I'm going to use that YouTube for Connect to Emily, right? And so Connect to Emily is going to be something totally separate on a totally, I have my own website, connecttoemily.com. And so when people want to start paying for presentations and public speeches, I'm available. I'm telling you, I'm available now. Then they can use Connect to Emily is where that's going to like funnel through. But I think everything that I make that's like my own personal revenue streams, I'm going to donate like at least 10% back to Connect to Change. I think that's like that's my charity of choice, of course. So yeah, I'm excited. Today really kind of marked that day. Today, the website is up and running. I went and gave a presentation at another organization to, a little over 20 women. And just the tools that have worked for me to get me from crawling out of a cardboard box, a shelter, into where I am now. And where I'm going. And what I'm using to visualize and get me there. Because I can see it. I'm telling you, I can smell it. I can taste it. Where I am going, where my family is going, where my kid is going to go to school. It's amazing, and it's happening quickly. So there's the backstory. That's where I am today. This is Connect to Emily or Connect to E. I have two of them because that's just how that worked, and I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll just see. Okay. And it's going to be following my journey. And I'm trying to figure out what's best. Do I do the live stuff on here or just record and then post it? I guess we're going to find out. Because it really would be cool to get a lot of support on here. Like, I watch and follow the system that I'm using to succeed myself and watch it unfold. I mean, if you could watch somebody continue to succeed or continue to grow, like, that's motivation to do it yourself. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. But, yeah. So here we go. This is like day one, or I guess there's like a couple videos on here maybe already, but now this is what this is going to be. It's going to be following my journey as I evolve, as the executive director and founder of Connect to Change. And what I'm doing on that end. And then also how I'm pulling and finding different revenue streams for Connect to Emily. Because you see, Connect to Change, it's about women, those women. It's about them. It's not about me. Connect to Emily is about me. It's about me. It's about my financial growth. And here we go. Here's the adventure. I'm excited. So, okay. Is 14 minutes too long? I heard YouTube is supposed to be longer. So anyways, oh, we're going to find out. Bye.